everyone. Happy Tuesday. We are so excited to be able to spend some time with you today. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by Karen Pedersen. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, actually.
Okay.
Tell everybody what your jam is here at Stampin' Up.
Okay, well, I have lots of jams here at Stampin' Up. I love it all. But I joined Stampin' Up about a year ago, and I am a product and field specialist, which means I get to work in lots of different departments and do lots of really fun things here at Stampin' Up.
We love Karen. We love having her on our team. And she has been spending a lot of time on our first ever virtual album retreat. So we thought we would hop on live and talk to you a little bit about what this is, because this is a first for Stampin' Up, and maybe what you can expect. This will also allow you to ask questions. So if you have questions about virtual album retreat, put them in the comments, and Abby is there in the back, and she'll chime in with questions that maybe we're not answering along the way. So thank you for joining us, and we're going to dive right in and talk about what this virtual album retreat is.
Don't you think the most important thing for them to know that gives it in a nutshell is that it is a live event that you can attend live or watch later, where you create one whole album? And I think you're going to love the theme of this one, especially if you're a beginner.
Yeah, this is a year in review album. You can choose to have it be 1 year or different years, but there are 12 two-page spreads. So 24 pages that come with everything you need to make those pages in a box straight to your door. And the purchase of that virtual album retreat or that product gets you into the actual 24-hour event. This is
spread out over 3 days.
I know, not
you
all
don't have
consecutively.
To scale it.
It's going to be awesome, though. So 8 hours over the course of 3 days. This event is July 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Yep.
And we want to see you live because we're going to be there.
Yep. Both of us plus a few more people.
Yeah, there are 6 of us for sure that are going to be teaching and sharing step-by-step instructions for these pages.
Yes, real time. We will make it with you, start to finish. So whether you're a novice memory keeper or an experienced one, you're going to love this because we're making it together, and anything you don't know, we're walking you through.
And you have the comment feature. It's going to be on a Facebook group exclusively for this event. And so we're all going to be having some fun together. I think there are over 2,000 already that have purchased this virtual album retreat and gaining access to that event that comes with that purchase. So what do you say we walk through some of these?
I think that's a great
spreads?
idea. I do want to say one thing really quick that maybe is a little bit in the weeds of a detail, but I just don't want anyone to get confused. When you purchase the kit, like Sarah said, that is your kind of your ticket to the event. But it won't be until the beginning of July that you get an email from us with the link of how to join that page. So I don't want anyone to be like, hey, I purchased my kit. Why haven't I gotten that email yet?
Well, and I think it also is important to note that you'll want to purchase this with your Stampin' Up account, because your email is the key that gets you into that event, right? So you'll want to purchase this at stampinup.com. You can still click on your demonstrator of choice, but you'll want that email to be connected with the purchase.
Right, because that's how we find you.
Yeah.
And that's how you get to be into the event. So yeah, let's show them the fun stuff now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to start with January. We're going to walk through these 2-page spreads. But what I love about this is you have like a bag when you get the box, and most everything that you need for that particular project is in that bag. And so pre-cut pieces, you've got some stamp sets that are going to come in that box. 2 actually.
Yes,
2 stamp sets, and double config.
Right, that's I wanted to point that out. I think they're both 4x5 config stamp sets and 2 sheets for each stamp set. They're both exclusive stamp sets designed just for this album.
And you're going to love them, by the way. Like, using them on future projects is going to be amazing.
Yep. So what you see in front of you is January. A couple of things I want to quickly point out is you're going to see this title. And if you are maybe not in North America looking at this and going, that those colors are kind of cool, wintry colors, and for us, January is the middle of summer, don't you worry. We have you in mind because all of the titles are cut out of this exact same black kind of chipboard material, and you can switch your titles around however you want. Another fun thing about many of the layouts is there are interactive pieces. So right here you can see that we have a really fun pocket. And don't worry, we're also teaching you how to alter your memory protectors so that you can access anything that is interactive from the outside of your protector.
Now, obviously, we're showing you the pages outside of the protectors, but there will be a slit in your page protector so that you can pull those pieces out. Should we move to February?
Yeah, let's do. I think they're going to want to see all 12, don't you think?
Yes. I said that there was everything you need in your packet. I might have misspoken. I just want to be really clear. All the paper and consumables are things you need. In your box, you've got your stamp set. You will need some different things that you probably have on hand. Ink colors and some different tools and
your
adhesives like that.
Scissors, adhesives, and you want lots of adhesive.
Well, if you're Karen, you want lots of adhesive.
That is right.
She
I use a
loves her
lot.
adhesive.
I do like lots of adhesive. So this is February. This is, I think, such a cool design. Look how all of these strips kind of carry across and create a nice little story there. Help your eye flow through the story. This one also has an interactive element. This is a little journaling on the outside. This opens, some more journaling and a photo. Of course, you could put 2 photos in there if you wanted, however you wanted to make that look.
I like this too, the way that it's laid out is you can make these without photos, or if you want to choose photos beforehand, you can do that as well.
Yes.
So it depends on, you can make it both ways. Right.
And one of the nice things that you'll find about if you do want to choose your photos ahead of time, we will be uploading onto the Facebook page the beginning of July when you get your invitation, some written instructions. And in that written instruction list, you can see exactly which size photos and which orientations you need for each layout. This one is March. This is a fun bullet journaling page. You can see each of the photos have numbers, and then their journaling spots also have numbers so that you can write a little bit about each of your photos. So you could use this album for so many fun things. You could use it to just do the highlights of your month. The person who's teaching this page, Corey, actually used this to highlight a trip she took in March.
Which I love.
Yeah.
So many different options, and I like the color blocking of the designer series paper back here too.
Yeah, very fun, like a little patchwork quilt almost.
I love that.
And I also love that that is kind of the focal point of the color, and we've left the florals uncolored. Of course, you could color them if you wanted, but this is where all the color is happening, and we let these be just really subtle accents.
Okay, let's look at April. So
this happens to be some people I know and love. This is my baby with his second baby. They actually just had their 3rd baby. And this just melts my heart. Like, I can't believe my children are doing this. Sarah, are you at that point in life too?
I do have one granddaughter, and I am loving the fact that we get to be grandparents.
It's so fun. This
Granddaughter.
baby, not this one. This was grandchild number 13. We just had 14
Oh my gosh,
2 weeks
Karen.
ago. Isn't that fun?
Congratulations.
So, another little interactive piece. Thank you. I will take all the congrats. This grandma thing is the best thing I ever did in my life.
It is very cool. Now, one thing I'll point out about the instructions, like they are very detailed instructions. We're not going to show you what they look like, but they list all of the components of the page that you can go through and sort and lay out even before you put the page together, which I thought was really helpful. Yeah. And we'll kind of walk through that and maybe share some tips and tricks with you as we're going through each of these spreads.
Yep. So a couple of things I wanted to show you about May really quickly. I don't know how well you can see this. I'm actually going to bring this over where you can see it closer. I feel like you'll be able to see it better. There we go. Oh, that looks really good, right? You can see that on that camera. If I move it a little bit, you might even be able to see.
There you go.
Some of that. This is a cool embossed resist paper. Excuse me, I do know how to speak sometimes. And so we'll be doing some really great techniques with a couple of exclusive embossed resist designs in this album, and also bullet journaling on this one too. Some fun ideas with twine.
Like kind of tying things in that way.
Yep.
So fun. Oh, I get to talk about June.
You should talk about
June. This is one that I'm teaching. I'm so excited about it. I've gone through it a couple of times. I'm hoping to make it simple and easy for you to follow as we go along, because
it doesn't look simple, does it? But this really is very simple.
It's fun to put together, actually. Yeah, lots of stamping on this one and some different blending, which you can kind of see. So that's going to be really fun to do together. Yeah. What I love about the idea of a live retreat is that it's all of us hanging out together, having a good time, asking questions, sharing tips and tricks, and sharing memories, and why it's so important to document them and remember where you were, when you were, and the little impactful, meaningful moments in our lives.
Agreed. And I think as we hear people tell their stories, it helps us think of stories we want to tell, which is really great. This one has lots of
Okay, flip-flops are my favorite thing right now.
Me too. They're the best. I think that's a double. Show them a double there,
there's
Sarah.
the double.
Isn't that fun? Look at all the extra photos you can add by using flip-flaps. And they're also included in your kit, which is awesome. You're also seeing, in addition to all the fun things Sarah was just saying, all the fun and camaraderie and laughter that will happen during the event, you're going to be learning tons of technique, like how to create this fun look on these clouds. All that technique is so valuable on top of what you get in your kit.
Well, and you're going to use those techniques, right? Some of these you might know how to do, but maybe
right?
You haven't applied them to scrapbooking, or maybe you're a card maker and you're like, I don't know about the scrapbooking thing. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's going to be fun. We hope to see all of you there. Let's talk about July.
Isn't it cute? I love the blue-yellow theme going on here with pops of black, which is kind of a bold choice against the softer colors. And look how cute these photos look on here. I want you guys to know that all the people that are teaching these pages are telling their very own stories. So how awesome is it that this is titled July? You might think it would be a patriotic page or a summer activity page, but the person who's teaching this one had a daughter who went to a camp, and these pictures fit beautifully.
I love it. And the colors even go.
Yep.
I'm a fan of black and white. I don't think you can go wrong that way.
Me too, Sarah.
Let's talk about August. We've got some bullet journaling going there too a little bit.
And the cool thing about this bullet journaling, instead of numbering our photos, we use twine to carry across from the number to the photo that it's talking about. We got some flip-flaps going on. This one's a little sticky, so you have to really pull on this one, because we, for photography, added some glue that it still wants to hang on to.
So cute. So a couple of different choices there.
And there's that fun emboss resist. And I don't know if you can see, I'm going to pull this one up closer too, so that you can see. It looks a little bit like not as smooth, and that was a look that we'll show you how to get, which is really fun.
All these cute little die cuts and papers.
Yep.
Exclusive.
All pre-cut for you. These circles are all die cuts that are exclusive to this kit that you'll be using in so many different ways. I think you get 4 full sheets of printed die cuts, 2 more sheets of die cuts that are almost like we used dies to cut your pieces out for you that you would have had to crank through your machine. We did it for you. And then so many more things. All this chipboard titling.
There's really
stamps,
a lot. Like when you get your box, I'm looking at some of the comments, and some people have gotten theirs and they're so excited to join in the virtual album retreat. So it's a lot that you get in the box. Like, it's a higher ticket item for sure, but what you get, it's so worth it. I mean, 24 hours of instruction over the course of 3 days, hanging out with friends, step-by-step instruction of the 2-page spreads is going to be amazing. So I think it'll remove a little bit of the maybe anxiety, or how do I get this all done? Just set aside the time. And if you can't set aside the time, then you can always come back and watch the videos afterwards. Oh, this is mine.
I feel like it is yours. I was just going to say, I feel like this is a scrapbooking marathon. I am not a runner, so all my friends that run, I look at and go, I just don't know if I could ever do that. But after this, you can say you have now run a marathon, right?
It's going to be so fun. This page is an explosion page, so I'm going to be talking about how to get this look and how to put it into your page
happening
protector
and all these fun
too.
things that she's opening too.
This is Stella's first dance. It was so fun. So there is a lot to this page, some different journaling, different pockets, different layering on the photos, and you've got that kind of grid in the background, which is going to be really, really fun.
Yep, love it. And the colors look so cute on there. I love those colors.
October.
Yep, this one's another Corey page, and she and her family are huge football fans. So she chose to document a trip they took to Texas to watch BYU football, which that is their. In fact, this guy, her husband was the quarterback at BYU back in the day. Very
Famous.
Fun.
Yeah, get his autograph next time I see him.
Exactly.
So cute. I like this fold.
Very fun, and kind of photos tucked just a little bit.
Is it folded?
Yep, they're folded.
Okay, love
They're
that.
printed on both sides, and then we're going to fold them and add a little bit of detail to them. So lots of fun things happening on this page.
Abby, do we have any comments coming through that we can answer for anyone?
So many people have the kit or are excited to order the kit. We do have a question from somebody who asked about if they wanted to continue on the album and add more pages. How could they do that? Is the DSP available outside of the kit? And how would you go about doing that?
Many of these DSPs are available outside of the kit in DSP packs. One of the fun things about this album is we're able to pick and choose and mix and match in fun, different ways to get a different look than if you were to buy just the suite. But almost all the patterns here are either available or will be available for purchase. There are a few sneak peeks hanging out in here.
Okay. One thing I'll point out too is that all of these pages are color coordinated. So if you wanted to follow a color theme, then you could do that as well. And you could use your stamp sets that way to accent and kind of build as you go.
Yep.
You might decide that you want to build pages, or now that you know how to make all of the pages as you go through the first time, you might want another one.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say that I do know I have seen people purchase two before. And
Really?
do one for themselves, one as a gift.
I love that idea.
So this one is a pocket, lots of pockets going on here. You can see some things sliding in and out. And this one's really cool. We'll be teaching you how to make these like stopper pockets. I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to actually come over here where they can see it a little closer. But this pocket right here and this pocket up above, it's tailor-made to the right size for that tag. So we'll be teaching you how to do that. There's a really great story behind this layout, and actually we got that backwards, don't we? You got to come to Virtual Album Retreat to hear this story.
A little teaser there. I love it.
Yep.
Last but not least, we've got the 12th spread. This is a December spread. I actually used this for Christmas highlight. This is my family a couple of years ago. So
what a fun tradition, Sarah. I love that.
We did start this. I feel like as our kids are getting married and moving out, we're like sharing holidays and things like that. So this is what we do in December, regardless of whose holiday it is. So
are you guys competitive? Is there a contest that goes with this, and you guys like?
Well, you can tell some are more competitive than others. Like you can see some of them like they don't care quite as much, and then others like team up and make really huge houses. So I think it just depends on the kid. And you can see the glue gun right there. I feel like, is that cheating?
No.
That we glue our houses together.
Do you eat them? I think
no.
not.
No, we don't eat them. We put them out and we decorate for the holidays.
That's right.
So
if this were my family, there would be a lot of competition happening
Oh,
right here.
I think we just like being together.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
fun.
teasing each other.
We don't like being together. We just like beating each other.
You just like you compete.
That's
when
right.
You're together.
That is what we do.
But you guys
Anyway,
are
you can
awesome
see
at playing
those
games
fun.
in your family too. So I think it's going to be a really fun event. We want to extend our personal invitation.
Yes, we do.
To all of you to join us. Join us for these 3 amazing days. It will be like a spread per, I guess, video segment.
Yes.
Right? So we'll kind of chop them up that way, but it is going to be pretty quick and free flowing in terms of consecutive spreads.
Yep.
So
it's going to be so
we're
much fun.
estimating 8 hours a day. It's going to be amazing.
And just a reminder, mark your calendars. July 16th, 17th, and 18th. North America dates. So if you're in South Pacific, you'll need to do some math. And we're starting at 2 p.m. Mountain Time each day.
So 2 to 10. By the end of the day, it's going to be a good time. You get a little punchy. It's going to be great.
Yep.
So no, this is going to be so fun. Any other questions before we jump in? Oh, I'm seeing some with pockets. You can't use page protectors. You actually
yes, you can.
We're going to show you how you can alter your page protector so that you still have access to these little cute pockets from inside the page protector.
Yep.
Something fun and new to learn. I saw another one. I'm wondering how many photos per page. When we invite you to that Facebook group, the instructions will be there and it will show you or tell you how many photos you need per page, whether vertical or horizontal. Correct?
And the size for that photo. But I want to add too, because even though that we're telling you all that, that doesn't mean that's where you have to stop. There may be places we've saved for journaling that you want to add a photo to. You may want to purchase flip flaps and be able to add even more flip flaps to your album. So you can make as few or as many photos as you want to have on the pages. But I will say this is a very photo heavy album.
Lots of photos.
Yes.
So you can showcase whatever it is. I liked some of these. Some of them tie to an event and others are just little things that happen throughout the month. So I love that too. Let's see, any other comments that we're getting, Abby, that we can answer?
There was a question about ink and what you need to buy ahead of time.
When you go on to purchase your virtual album retreat, you will see on that page, if you click on the more where you get the more information about the product, there will also be a list there of what you need. And like Sarah said earlier, I think you'll find that almost everything on that list you probably already have. And if you have a friend who does this with you, you could look at the colors of ink that you need, and if you have some and your friend has some, then the two of you could even share.
I think that's and I think this brings up a good point too. You can be alone and doing this with all of us virtually, or you can get together with a lot of friends, and all of you spend those hours together, helping each other out and giving each other tips and tricks. Make an event of it. It is a retreat for sure. It's whether in person or virtual. We hope you enjoy that kind of gathering.
Yep, I think it's going to be tons of fun. Sarah and I were just talking before it even started about how excited we are and how much more time till we can do this. It's going to be such a great
it's coming quick.
Yep.
It's coming quick, like a month away.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Officially,
order, you guys,
oh my gosh,
so that you'll have your kits in plenty of time and be ready to go.
That was another question. When's the last day to order?
I don't think we have one, and so I think you're going to have to use your best judgment when you want to have that order placed in order to get it in plenty of time. There's no prep ahead of time that you need to do other than if you want to print your photos, but I would just do it now. I mean, why not?
Why not
get
just
it done?
Add to cart and check out.
Yep.
The reason that we haven't turned this off as well is because we hope to sell out. And even if after the event somebody wanted to purchase the album retreat, you can still access the videos. It won't be live, so it's not going to be the same. You won't be able to join in the banter and the fun community piece of it, but you'll still be able to get that instructional video, have access to that. So we'll keep this turned on, I'm thinking, until we don't have any more to sell.
That is the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take advantage of the time, take advantage of the instruction and the time that we'll be able to spend together, even if you can only come for portions of it. That's the fun part. That's actually the part I'm most excited about, is to spend time with all of you and be able to answer your questions and walk you through. Like, I'm going to be a teacher of scrapbooking. I'm excited to add that to my to my title.
Add it to your resume.
Hopefully you'll all be very forgiving and we'll figure this out together as we go.
It will be so fun. You're going to be great, Sarah. And there are going to be several of us here, the teacher that's teaching plus several others in the room. It will just be a party.
Grab your fun snacks and your stuff and we'll be good to go. Any other questions before we sign off?
Nope, I haven't seen any others.
Okay, this event will be in English, and then later when we upload the videos, then you can utilize the subtitles. I think I saw some French questions on there. So don't feel like you have to stay away. Join us anyway, and you can still follow along and have access to that video afterwards with your subtitles in language.
Same with the written instructions. You could always load them into one of the AI programs and have them translate that for you.
Yeah. Awesome. Did we get everything, Abby?
I think so.
Okay.
More than you ever wanted to know.
It's going to be amazing. I think more than anything, we just want you to come hang out with us and come create. Let's get our creative juices flowing and help each other put all of this together. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for joining, everyone. Have a good one.
See ya.